Monster Harvest is a farming and action RPG developed by Maple Powered Games and is available to play on PC, Nintendo Switch, Xbox, and PlayStation. This game has taken both the classic farming genre and turn-based animal battling elements similar to Pokemon to create a game somewhere in the middle in a simple 2D pixelated art style. You begin your journey having received a letter from your uncle telling you he's discovered a way to make some sort of plant and animal hybrid and requests that you take after his farm as he's now far too busy to look after it. As you begin your new life as a farm owner, you'll learn the ins and outs of growing crops and tending to farm animals, while also learning about a company called Slime Co, who has taken up residence in the town and are acting a little suspicious. So your uncle requests that you find out what they're up to. Story aside, you'll spend the majority of your time tending to your farm, experimenting to make all sorts of planimals, and battling in the mine. The farm you're given by your uncle is a decent size with plenty of space to plant the handful of seasonal crops that are available. Instead of your normal seasons like summer and spring, the years are divided into dry, wet, and dark. As you progress, your uncle will divulge the secret ingredient needed to transform crops into animals, which is this strange liquid that is harvested from the local mines. There are 3 types of liquids: red, blue, and green. Red liquid transforms your crops into planimals that you can use to fight with, blue transforms them into cattle that produce goods, and green will simply grow your crops instantly. There are also more advanced versions of these liquids that will do other things, such as create more powerful planimals or even mounts. So one of the main aspects of this game is getting your hand on all of these different types of liquids to then experiment on all of the crops that you grow and just see what you get. The local mines are where you'll utilize these planimals, as you'll need to fight other planimals to progress through and find out what's going on at the bottom of these mines. Here is where you can also collect basic resources to use in crafting items. Combat is very similar to Pokemon, where you take turns attacking your enemy with the option to inflict damage, use a defensive move, or whatever else that particular planimal is able to use. I didn't find anything apart from healing and damage moves particularly helpful, no matter what planimal I used. So in most cases it was just hitting each other back and forth until hopefully I won. If in the event you aren't so lucky, your planimals aren't able to be healed, they just die. Yeah, you heard that right. The game spins it in a way that every time your planimals die, you get these points that can be used to upgrade your soil, so that in the case you create new planimals, they start off at a higher level. So this really means that you don't get any sort of attachment to these planimals because you're going to go through quite a lot of them. While you also get a few different types, they aren't really distinguishable in terms of how they act or what they offer. Back to the main town is where you'll find the majority of your NPCs. There's a few shops and a few homes, but overall it's quite a small basic town with no movement or life. Chatting to these NPCs will often provide you with the same dialogue, and there are very few side quests for you to complete with really no substance to them at all. There are several events that you can attend once you get access to that area, but there's not really much going on with these either, and oftentimes there's nothing for you to do. You'll also have a basic sort of collection to complete from a notice board in the center of town. Completing these will for the most part upgrade your farming tools. They're also incredibly easy to complete, something you could do within your first year without too much effort. Monster Harvest has your classic pixelated art style that works well with a lot of other similar games. It's got a sort of darker, grungier look that's quite refreshing, although it does have a bit of a low effort feel to it. There's really not a lot of detail here, especially as you explore the very few available areas outside of town. This game just didn't really seem well thought out to me. The main story feels like no effort has gone into it, never mind the fact that you moved there because your uncle tells you he's too busy to care for his farm. Meanwhile, he spends all day outside the cave doing nothing. Overall, it just has this serious, low-effort vibe to it, which is a shame because the good idea is here. It just needs a bit more depth to the stories and the characters, and I think this could have been another excellent addition to the farming genre. Monster Harvest is a simple game that offers a casual gameplay experience. Personally, I need a bit more depth and substance to my games, so I can't really say I enjoyed my playthrough. I certainly didn't hate it, I just felt a bit unsatisfied once the story had finished. I try not to write such negative reviews, and I'm sure this game is perfect for a lot of people out there, so if you feel like this game is something you would love, definitely give it a go. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my video and I will see you in the next one. Bye!